Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome. We're gonna wait for a little bit to have more people come in, but I want to give an update. How are you doing, honey?
I'm doing. I just want to make sure you can be heard okay.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's we need to make sure. Um,
Okay. Yep, they can hear you.
oh, okay. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what that sound was. That was a little weird.
I was testing the audio
Oh, I see.
before you get a bunch of people in here.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody's ears. Nope, I gotta try to sit up. This is gonna be fun. Oh, I should have switched the chairs when I had a chance. Oops. So, hello, Mabel. Welcome. Hello, Dwayne. Hello.
Dwayne.
We're just waiting for. Hi, Perlini. Just waiting for some more people to come in. I'm wondering if my aunt's gonna come in. Usually she does, but I don't know if she's. Oops. My phone decided now of all times to start doing things. It's quiet most of the day, and then all of a sudden I go live. I'm sore. I'm very sore. I'm tired. Tommy ended up. I've been sleeping on the couch in the recliner, and let me tell you, it's good to sit on when you're watching a movie, but not to sleep in. Not to sleep in. Perlini says she loves the background, Tommy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we actually, that's what took us a minute, was he was setting that up.
I gotta brighten up the colors though.
They look pretty bright to me, but yeah, we don't ask me shades. So, but yeah, I'm doing all right. Healing. It's crazy, but I'm happy. Very happy. So, with the end result with this. So, oh, you do. Okay. I was looking to see. Can you guys hear us or hear me all right? We're both downstairs, and so I have everything muted on my end, and his mic is picking me up, hopefully. So let me know if you can hear me really well.
Yeah, we're running off one mic set kind of in between us.
Yep. Dwayne says, yep.
Nope.
Everybody's they're saying hi to everybody in the chat. That's awesome. I got a new mug. Oop. Yeah, it's already got spilled coffee out down the sides. Go figure.
Don't tell them lies. It's not spilled coffee. It's where your lip leaks.
Yeah, it's my lip leaks. But this is one of our favorite restaurants in the area. Let me see if I can get this to focus. There we go. It's called Stuffs, and it's a really badass, awesome place to go eat.
You get stuff that stuffs.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. Hello, Blinding. Welcome. Yeah, and that is his goal was, because we've talked to the owner in the past, and his goal was to make sure that when you left his restaurant, you were full, you were stuffed, and so he decided to name it Stuffed. And let me tell you, every time, I've been looking for a restaurant where, yeah, see, and I like the shape of the mug, and so Tommy and I will be sharing this mug, unless I tell him to go buy his own mug.
It's a good quality mug.
It's a very good quality mug.
And it's thick, so it keeps your coffee warm for quite a while.
Oh, Dwayne, don't make me laugh. Please don't make me laugh. It hurts to laugh. Geez, with all the surgeries, they couldn't fix the whole. Nope, they couldn't. No.
Nope. It's
funny. Oh, I was trying really hard not to laugh really hard, because that one, I was like for me, that cracked me up. But it hurt. Oh, let me tell you, it's been crazy. So, as most of you know, last year, I lost my spleen. This year, I had not your traditional hernia repair, which we will get into. And yeah, it seems like one thing after another. My body is malfunctioning, and I know my mom might watch this later. I blame you, Mom, for having me early. All your fault. Couldn't keep me in there just a little bit longer.
Right. Oh, your body parts needed to cook a little bit more.
That's what I'm saying. Hi, Marie. Yes, he does, Perlini. Yes, he does. Dwayne does come up with the funniest things. Holy wow. So I want to give everybody a heads up too before I start going into the details of what happened. Viewer discretion is advised. There will be some graphic talk because I want to be able to share everything with you guys on what happened. It's Tommy's here with me to help because I remember everything that they were telling me, but sometimes it doesn't come out the correct way. So I want to be 100% honest with you guys with the situation that happened. Now, a normal traditional hernia repair is, within 2 weeks, you're good to go. You're moving around real good, which I have to admit, I'm pretty proud of myself because I feel like I'm moving around pretty good for what happened. And Tommy doesn't have to help me as much as I thought.
Yeah, as we anticipated.
Yeah, so I did prepare myself. I mentally prepared myself for them to reopen the whole spleen surgical scar. Tommy told me that would be a good thing to do. Other people told me to prepare for that because that was an option. Because he wasn't sure what he was going to find when he went in with the hernias. They did find 3 hernias, 1 big one, 2 small ones. And hey, Mom. Hello, how are you doing? How you doing? Wait, what, Dwayne? Who are rated R for graphic, gore, and violence? Public? No, not public nudity. But there is or violence. It might, if you have a weak stomach, I apologize in advance. I just, in case somebody else ends up going through this, I want them to know what to expect from somebody who's been through it, if that makes any sense. So thank you, Perlini. I feel a lot better than I have even since before my spleen. I was constantly sick. So I'm hoping and praying, and let's all keep our fingers crossed that this will be the last surgery that I will need. I know it probably won't be, but I'm going to keep my faith and going that it will definitely be the last one. Okay, and so with that, as most of you know, so I'll start. So most of you know that last year in May, I had AVM, which caused my spleen to explode. And so I almost died from it. So they had to do emergency surgery to stop me from hemorrhaging to death. Now, AVM is arteriovenous malformation, which is a birth defect that, and I hope I said that right because Tommy says I always say birth defect funny. So sometimes I have to slow it down. But it's usually found in your brain or in your spine. Mine happened to be in my spleen. So I was one of the lucky ones that they had no idea when they went in for my spleen that it was my spleen or what caused it. And so when they closed me up, now keep in mind, these 2 amazing doctors who saved my life had never performed a surgery like this before. Okay, and so they needed to get in and save my life as quick as they could and as best as they could. Well, in the process, my body decided that it wasn't. Yeah, Tommy's clicking away. Yeah, he's trying to fix the background, I think.
I don't like that one either.
So, anyway, so what ended up happening was the way they stitched me up How do I explain it, honey? I
They stitched you on a weaker part of the tissue than they probably should have, but them not ever have doing the surgery because they weren't specialized in that particular surgery. So what happened is it was a thin tissue where they put the stitches and that ripped away.
Yeah.
So essentially opening up your two abdominal muscles again.
Yep. So the surgeon that I had this time called it a diamond shape hole, because so you have where they stitched me up like this. What happened is the stitches busted and ended up with a big hole like this. So my intestines were in my abdomen wall, right? That's how
your intestines were coming through where that muscle tissue should have been holding them in.
Right.
Yet nothing holding them in, so they were protruding out from where the stitches tore.
Okay, thank you. So, hey Derek, how you doing? I hope I said hi to everybody. Excuse me for a second, I have to cough. It hurts. It's like a little dainty cough, and it's not fun. Okay. Ooh, that hurt. So, he didn't. The surgeon that I just had, he didn't know exactly what he was walking into to do the surgery. He knew that I had hernias. He saw those on the CAT scan. He did not see the diamond-shaped tear in my abdomen, on the inside, and so he's another reason why. He was like, I might have to go all the way up because there might be tiny hernias that'll pop up that I would like just to take care of before they even happen. And then he went in, and that's what he found. I do have I don't know the technical word for them, but I do have a drain tube in my stomach. I have 13 staples, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 13 staples. The incision is 4 inches long. Mary says, I have been hearing so many stories about surgeons performing amazing surgeries lately, really guided by something beyond this realm. And that's the thing, when the 2 surgeons that I had last year, they had to work as a team to save my life. Now, because of what I was born with, the ABM, with it being so rare, like unheard of, where it was located, I was pretty popular at the hospital. I felt like a celebrity, and I didn't want that status. I was just like, but everybody knew who I was. I was a spleen girl. And so I will always and forever be grateful to them 2 surgeons that saved my life. This surgeon actually just had to go in and pretty much repair what they did not realize was going to happen. And to me, we're actually asked, weren't we, Tommy, are you going to sue the surgeons that did the spleen surgery?
Yeah.
And I was like, why would I do that? They saved my life. That would be pretty messed up.
That was actually Doug that just said that. But you could sue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to sue somebody for saving my life.
Yeah, no, this is just part of the journey that I have to take.
It's not like those surgeons had a choice. That's not their area of specialty. And by the time they initially wanted to fight for life or to the place where they were set up to do this type of surgery with a surgeon that was set up to do that type of surgery, she would have never made the flight for life. So basically, they winged it. I don't know if they YouTubed it in
Tommy
the
always,
operating room.
Tommy always tells me that they YouTubed it because you can. And,
They said they've never done this type of surgery before, but it was either them attempt to do the surgery, or she would die by the time she got to a surgeon that knew exactly what they were doing with this particular surgery. And it was like, go do what you got to do, because she's guaranteed to die any other way. So
and they did, and I really was offended, and by his comment, like by Doug's comment saying that, can't you sue them? And I'm like, that never crossed my mind. I see the taller surgeon, and that helped with my spleen when we go to the Chinese place in Rapids, and he remembers me as the spleen girl. I should just do a YouTube channel called The Spleen Girl, because that's it. That's what he knows me as. That's what most people know me as, is the spleen girl. And so, not really gonna do that. Just saying, it was just being silly there.
It would be funny.
It would be funny. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, I should have done that as my. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a new feature. Edit name. The Spleen Girl. There we go. I can change it, actually. I just learned this feature, that they had this, that you can change your name while you're still alive. You don't have to kick yourself out and come back in. Dwayne says, you are a modern medical miracle. No more surgeries. You have done your part. Right? Exactly. Thank you. I'm hoping. And that's the thing. I, like Tommy was taught how to deal with the drain tube that I have. And with everything that keeps happening, it should not be continuously happening. So I'm obviously here for a reason. Obviously. Because every which way in my life that I should have died, I'm still here. So obviously I'm not done with whatever I'm supposed to be doing in life. And so, and I was last week, or was it last week or the week before? No, it was the week before. I expressed how I was nervous and everything like that. And I was. And let me tell you, my anxiety was through the roof when we got to the hospital. And they took me into the back to get me prepped for surgery. Usually Tommy is able to be in there with me, but because of everything that's going on, he couldn't be in the room with me while they were prepping me. And so my anxiety was even higher than normal. And so but the doctors, the nurses, everybody that was a part of my care, they were just so phenomenal. And like I've said before, Marshfield Clinic, their staff, like, they obviously hire like the best people in the whole wide world. They must, because we have never had a bad experience at Marshfield. Not one bad experience, have we, Tommy?
No, I love that hospital.
And I was very, and that was the thing too, like, my doctor put in the order over a month ago to have the CAT scan. It took 3 weeks. My insurance refused to let me go see the hospital here. They wanted me to go to Marshfield for my CAT scan, so I went to the CAT scan. Within 24 hours of them saying, nope, we want you to go to Marshfield, I was in the CAT scan. I was meeting with a surgeon and having my surgery all within a week and a half.
Yeah, they got you in there quick.
They got me in there quick. And so it's crazy. Derek says they had the other doctor on a Zoom call showing them how to
and it's very possible.
Oh, that's a really good idea. I never thought of it either.
Yeah, it's very possible that they could have had some virtual walkthrough. Because they said they've never done that. So there was 2 surgeons, neither one, and they joined up and did it together. And then, there might have been a third, or the actual surgeon that was scheduled to do it. Maybe. I don't know.
I never even thought of that. You know, and the two doctors the two surgeons that I had that saved my life, they're from the Aspirus hospital and clinics in our area, and they were really good too. Like the staff and stuff was really good as well. And you know, they kept Tommy up to date, kept my mom and dad up to date. You know, kept everybody in the loop. My mom said that like every 20 minutes there was a nurse coming out giving you guys updates.
Yep.
On
while you were in surgery.
While I was in surgery. Yep.
Every 15 to 20, they'd come out and just update where you were in the surgery.
Yep. And so, you know, and then this one, like I said, this time around it was a little nerve-wracking because Tommy couldn't be with me to help me control my anxiety, and I tried really hard, but it was so high. They ended up giving me what they called happy juice. As soon as they put the IV in, they had to give me some happy juice. I almost said apple juice.
Yeah,
happy juice to get my nerves, and that's what she called it, to get my nerves to come down. And so I was pretty thankful for that, but I don't remember leaving the prep room to go in for surgery.
But they did let us video.
Yes, they did do that. I was able to video him when they were putting the IV in. They, you know, I looked away and I was talking with Tommy on my phone, and which I guess was not really supposed to happen, but they let me do it. And so we were talking while she was doing all that, or they were doing all that. And, you know, it was definitely a very positive experience, you know. And so I'm hoping.
No, I wish.
And I am far behind in chat, and I do apologize. I just want to make sure that I'm getting everything out and not messing anything up. Mary says, you are supposed to be here, Des. No doubt. Yeah, for sure. Right, girl? Let me tell you, there are so many things. That's great. Communication is key. Yeah, for sure. You know, and they were awesome. Marie asked you, Tommy, how are you holding up during this? Why don't you, I know you answered in chat, but do you want to fill everybody in on how this has affected you?
I mean, it hasn't really had any type of like mental effect, and I wasn't like worried about the surgery because it's a very minimal chance something was going to go wrong. So I know she was going to go through it okay. I didn't know how fast she was going to recover because she's a slow healer generally. You know, but she's actually surprising me on how far she's come already. I'm holding up good. I mean, like I say, I wasn't like going through any type of anxieties or anything. I just have a lot of work I gotta catch up on.
Yeah.
That's about it. Other than that, I mean, I'm good. You know, it is what it is. There's shit happens. Just life happens.
I bet you it's a great roller coaster ride being with me, huh?
It's got its ups and downs. Well, let me tell you.
All right. Dwayne said, did they offer you heavy?
No, that's what I said. That's what I was laughing about. I was like, no, I wish. No, yeah. I had to sit for 2 hours in this waiting room with this lady that I swear to God, she had to put like $70 through the vending machine. And, you know, we were there really early in the morning. We had to leave our house at 3 to be there at check-in or at 5 o'clock, you know. So, I mean, her surgery didn't start till like 8:10. And this whole time, every time I'd start to doze off, I did find a comfy chair. This lady, bag of chips. And then she, you know, she won't just open it up and lay it on the table so she can eat it. She was a bigger woman too, so she's fighting to get her hand in this little Pringles or Ruffle bag. That's what it was. Ruffle bags, or just constant noise for 2 hours. I swear. Like I say, $60 through a vending machine, at least, minimum.
That's crazy. Yeah, he was telling me about that after I was in my hospital room for the night. And I stayed 3 nights.
You were Tuesday, in there.
Wednesday, came home Thursday night.
Yeah, so you were in there 2 full nights.
Yep, 2 full nights. they had to do the injections in my belly to prevent blood clots, which Derek should know the name of that stuff, or since he wasn't a nurse in the ER, he should know what that stuff was. But it's they were giving me these little shots in my belly. Now, the surgery site, the drain tube site, they look great. But anywhere they put a needle in my body is angry. It looks angry.
Yeah, the incision sites, there's not even redness. I'm surprised. It doesn't look agitated at all. But where they hit her with these little tiny needles, like her belly, where they're hitting her with the needles, not around the surgical area, where they're giving her the shots, it's all black and blue. I mean, like deep black and blue bruising. And then up here where they had the thing is all bruised. And even where they had on the pressure cuff, you got like
I have
slight bruising. And it's
and this is actually looks really good compared to, because when they did the first blood pressure, my whole arm had red dots going all the way down. Like, it was everywhere. It looked horrible. But my arm looks better. They're still, like, my IV site, they put it in my hand.
Need more steak.
What's that?
Right? That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Dustin. That's my cousin right there, Dustin. Hey, cuz.
Need more. Can never have too much steak.
Yeah. I did. I bruised everywhere a needle went into my body. And it's crazy. Like, when they drew blood to do my blood labs, I bruised. My IV, it's still pretty swollen, but it's starting to bruise now.
Yeah. But yeah, Dwayne, I mean, she bruises easy on things that,
shouldn't.
You think wouldn't, but, the actual open incision that now has staple, it's not even red, like irritated around where the staples are in the skin. I mean, it just looks like you took your skin and stapled it with a stapler with no irritation. It's weird. And then she's got this little, I'd say though, it's probably a 1/4 inch, butt size of oxygen tubing coming out from the side of her belly. And there's not even redness around it. They're like, watch for redness, watch for irritate, and there's like nothing.
Jack, hey Jack, welcome. After seeing what you have gone through in the past, being there with you, and hearing what you have gone through recently, you are definitely destined for great things. That's what I keep being told, and let me tell you, I hope it comes out soon, because I'd like to really know why I've had this wicked roller coaster ride in my life. Because, I think things should start looking up now instead of always constantly going down. Start to come up, and then you go down, you go up, and then go down more. And so I like to start going up instead of the weird thing that's been going on. Oops. My cousin asked, is there a way to check your iron? I think they're going to be checking my iron when I go in to my regular doctor. Monday, I have a doctor's appointment at 11, and they're going to check the staples and most likely pull out the draining tube, which I had 2 draining tubes when I was out of the or when I was out of surgery. One side they were able to pull already, and Jack is my friend Laura.
Jack, Laura. I don't get the connection.
I don't either, but that's Laura. We were just talking before the live too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. Oh, and you could have told me. Here I'm thinking I had somebody new, which it is you. I've seen you in here before, but it didn't click, girl. But I gave you a wrench, Laura. We used to work together. She has been, she has helped me through a lot of things in my past. Things that I have talked about in the past with the domestic abuse. Laura was there for me. Laura helped me a lot. And we worked at a lot of places together. That girl would not let me work anywhere without her being there. It was so funny. I love her. She's awesome. Um, and so I'm hoping they check all that. I didn't have to have blood transfusion this time around. So for me, that's a big plus. Because let me tell you, I had to ask the nurse. So last year when I had with the whole spleen thing, they did quite a few blood transfusions while I was in the hospital. And I was having these weird dreams. And supposedly, so what I was told by nurses and some of the doctors is that when you have a blood transfusion, sometimes weird dreams are a side effect of getting blood transfusions. So I was hoping and praying that I would not have to have a blood transfusion this time. Thank God I did it. Laura says, Tommy, you met us at Pizza Ranch in the Dells a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He just doesn't understand what Jack is.
Yeah, that I don't understand. So.
Dustin says having other people's dreams. Yeah, that's kind of how they explain it. It's like a weird thing. Some people go through it, some people don't. Let me tell you, I probably had about, I don't know, 8 to 10 different people's blood flowing through me. So I had some really crazy dreams. Let me tell you, that was crazy. So yeah, I'm sore. I'm doing good. They have me on some pain meds, and I alternate with Tylenol, and so that's helpful. Every 6 hours, I've got to take a pain pill. Every 3 hours, I take a Tylenol, and that does seem to help big time with the surgical pain. It's now everything's rearranging again, which I went through last year. And it actually is a little bit more intense this time around than last year with my spleen. And I think it's because I have that mesh in there now, where before, when everything was moving around, it had more room to move. Where this time around, it doesn't, because it's got that extra strength, that barrier. Now, I was going to show a picture, and now I have to do that. So let me pull it up. Now you can see us up there. Okay, so this is what, hernia normally looks like when it comes through an intestinal hernia. Mine was more like, so here's the mesh, this thin line here, and it's not very clear, so I do apologize. I thought for sure that it would be a little bit more clear.
It's pretty clear.
Okay, well, it's not clear on my TV over here, so maybe it's just my TV. Okay, so this right here is what they ended up adding to keep my intestines in. And then they sewed all this together, but they took and sewed both the muscles together over top of the mesh. And I have a belly wrap, and let me tell you, that thing is glorious. I am so in love with. I might just.
And you had 3 different spots that were doing that.
Yep, I did have 3 different hernias. One was bigger, and then they had the 2 small ones. So I only had 3, thank God, because I was concerned there was more. But I only had 3. And what?
Dwayne says duct tape and chicken wire.
Oh yeah. Do we want to really go? Why don't you tell everybody what you said you were going to do? You would help the doctor out.
Well, I said to keep the medical expenses down, I got some window screen we could put in there. We'll need all that probably $2,500 a square inch mesh when we got a big roll of window screen.
Yeah, no. How did you get these? Okay, so Dustin, last year with my spleen, the doctors that did the surgery, because they weren't experienced in how to do the surgery, which is no fault of their own, I'm just one of those rare people that like to give people challenges.
You are rare.
I am definitely one of a kind. No. So what happened was the stitches that they put into the thin tissue after they closed me up for my spleen surgery, the stitches ripped, and that's what started the whole progress um, of me getting the hernias and the diamond shaped opening in my tummy. Um, other people, and a lot of times getting hernias, it's from lifting, but I don't lift anything heavy. Ask Tommy. I don't lift anything heavy. Not normally, although I did, which just probably didn't help. And I did talk about this a couple weeks ago. I did, however, move the liquor cabinet, which probably made things like speed up in everything with the pain. And because that top piece of my liquor cabinet is heavy. Very
that
heavy.
Probably didn't help at all.
Yep. And so I'm sure that just made the diamond shaped incision bigger, And so I recommend that if you're going to, if you end up having hernia surgery of any kind, I know. See what my cousin said? Call me a dummy.
Yeah. Okay.
I love you too.
I gotta go get our ink before it disappears.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, it did show up?
Yeah.
All right. It's time to stop testing the medical. I should be getting paid. Just saying. Because I have so many rare things that are happening, so many things that should not be happening that have happened. I should be paid for all this stuff. Because they're getting free research by doing these surgeries and dealing with me. I personally think that they should, pay me to be a study. Because look at all this crazy stuff I've been through. Not suing wise, but just pay me to be, the person that, hey, let's see if she has that. Cool, she does. You are a training aid. Yeah, exactly, Dwayne. That's the word I was looking for. I should be paid for this. Just for the simple fact is, I've had so many rare things happen, and like I said before, I love you, Mom. Love you very much, but couldn't you just keep me in a little bit longer? I mean, 3 months is a little early to have to be born 3 months early. But, at least, so everything that I'm going through, in all seriousness, everything that I'm going through, honestly, if it's going to help other people in the future, then deep down, I feel that it's okay that I'm going through this. Because I have to learn somehow. And I know that even though the stuff that I've gone through is rare and very crazy and unthinkable, I guarantee you I'm not the only one that has experienced it or has gone through it. So if there's other people out there that these doctors can Dwayne, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. And so it's crazy. I'm just waiting for it to come up. Speaking of money, is this costing you a ton? It's not cheap, but at the same time, just kind of go with the flow, see what we can do in time, and go from there. But it's, I've always wanted to help people. I wanted to be a nurse since I was young. That's one of the dreams that I had, is I wanted to be a nurse. And I did start, I was a CNA, started my LPN, and then I was injured and I couldn't go all the way through, finishing the LPN and stuff like that. I wanted to be a nurse. It was just something that I felt that that's the way I should go. But because that fell through, I guess in a way I'm still kind of helping people, I come on here and I share my personal experiences with things that I've gone through, my medical stuff. It's easy for a doctor or a counselor or, somebody in the medical profession to come on and say, yep, this is what we do. But in all actuality, people like me who are going through it, yeah, we listen to the doctor. We respect them and stuff like that. But I personally want to hear somebody else's firsthand experience with it so that I'm better prepared to deal with what's going on. And that's why I love doing this. It's hard. Let me tell you, it's hard to um, it's hard to express and explain how things go and how my feelings, and because I get them confused, I get them mixed up, I get things here and there confused. But people need to hear or people need to hear true stories of what happens, other people who have been through it. So if this helps somebody else get through what I've gone through, be it with the spleen, be it with the surgery I just recently had, the domestic abuse I went through, the mental health struggles that I have, if any of that can help somebody else, then I think that's honestly why I'm here. I think that's why I've gone through so much, because I don't know how to sugarcoat, and I don't have a filter, and sometimes I share a little too much, but I know I've had people tell me that that's what they needed to hear. And so, and I get boring, I know, and I repeat myself a lot, I know, but anybody who knows me knows that that's just who I am, and I can't help it. Right, honey?
Yeah. I was about ready to freak out
Why?
because our ink is in here.
Where is our ink?
Ha, they delivered it to the P.O. box.
Oh, so yeah, we won't get it till Monday.
No, it's at our P.O. box right now. Well, we're not going to make it there in 15 minutes. So, yeah, we'll get it Monday.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. How late is what are the lobby hours?
Until 11.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. Hey, Storage, how you doing?
I didn't know that.
Welcome, welcome.
What's up, James?
Mary says, yo, you have, yo, you have helped me get through more than one day for sure. Well, I am so happy that I've been able to help you. And anybody who wants to talk, reach out. My email will be down in the description below. I still got to add all my stuff, my tags and everything. And so Perlini says that she okay, got my coffee. Yep, that's what's in here. Let me tell you, hospital coffee was very interesting. I got used to drinking very strong coffee with 3 little things of packets of sugar in a big cup. And I got home and Tommy's like, would you like a cup of coffee? And I'm like, yeah. And he made it like I normally do. And I couldn't drink it. It was too sweet. And that was only in a couple days.
That's good, though. You need to cut back because she puts in like a half a cup of sugar to a cup of coffee.
Yeah, used to. I didn't even put creamer in this. I just put like a packet of sugar in this coffee and not even. And
Lynn says she loves strong coffee. She'd like that Starbucks Keurig coffee we got then because that stuff is like, oh my God. I have to run it through twice to make it tolerable.
yeah, it's pretty strong stuff.
Very strong.
But yeah, all my information will be down below. I just have to go and get it from my other lives. I kind of threw this together. I haven't been able to sleep. It's very uncomfortable to sleep. I have to be careful when I sleep. So Mr. Tommy there, this morning, because I was hurting so bad, and I was up before him, and that never happens. Never happens.
Never.
And so sorry, honey. I'm getting tired. My meds are kicking in. So I'm going to be getting off here shortly. But anyway, he set up the pillows so that I could climb into the bed, and
Got your step stool.
got me a step stool. Yeah, I have to use a step stool to get under our bed. That's how high it is. And I mean, I had troubles before, but now with the drain tube and everything else, it's even harder to get in and out of bed. So he brought the step stool, got the pillows all like real nice and comfy looking, and helped me lay down. And
I gotta get you to. Oh, we should have bought them cat steps that he had at the rummage sale yesterday.
Yeah, we should have. And then our cat. Oh, speaking of, the little turd.
Right. It says, Tommy, you need to tighten up the straight jacket for her so she doesn't move around as much. She does have a belly straight jacket that we got to put on and keep it tight. And that thing, man, is that thing a bitch. To open it up, it is so strong. The belt, it's got like super Velcro on it. You have to really use some muscle, and I'm scared to like totally just rip it open because I don't want it just all of a sudden go poof, you know.
Yeah.
I try to release it slowly, and it's so hard with as strong as that Velcro is.
Right, and remember how I always jokingly said I was going to ask the doctor if he could remove some belly fat with the surgery? Let me tell you, I forgot to ask this time, and guess what they did? They removed some belly fat.
They had to because it was obstructing.
Yep. So I got not technically a tummy tuck, but pretty darn close to a tummy tuck. Let me tell you. I looked at my stomach, what was it? Friday morning. So yesterday morning, when he helped me to get this undone. And no, it was this morning. It was this morning because that's when I was in bed. I was in bed when you had to readjust it for me.
Yeah.
And I'm looking down, right? 2 for 1. Amen. That's what I'm saying. 2 for 1. And so, anyway, I'm laying and I'm looking, right? And I already dislike my stomach due to the surgery from the spleen, the scar there. And I actually looked at my stomach and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And this is probably going to sound really bad on me and probably you guys too. But I was looking, I was like, Tommy, he's like, what? And I'm like, there's no dimples. He's like, what? I'm like, my tummy doesn't wave at me anymore. And he starts, I'm going to start laughing because it was a hilarious conversation. Let me tell you, me and pain medication, nothing funnier in this world, let me tell you.
But now, in your thing, you got your viewer discretion advised because you said it, so it might be a little graphical. So let's tell them about your drain tube and how every once in a while you get those chunks of the cellulite that come through it. And you got to pull it through the tube when you clean the tube. And there's actually little tiny bits of like fat cells that are coming out. I don't know if it's left over or they're falling out or what it's from, but
I'm going to be so sick. Oh, I'm going to be so sick. Thanks, honey. Yes, we do have a viewer discretion advised. That's what the DA is in the title. Melina's like, oh my God. Yes, the stuff that is draining from the drain tube that's what he had to be taught how to clean that and work with it.
What do they call that with the tube? They called it something.
The J tube, or I don't.
But the process, they didn't call it like cleaning. They call it suction or vacuuming or something like that.
It was really weird how she described it, but it was funny. And
yeah, right, Dwayne.
What?
Wait, so there's easier ways to get a tummy tuck, Des. Just say it.
Yeah, well, I wasn't ever expecting to ever have a tummy tuck. Let me tell you. Mary says liposuction. How do you say that?
El natural.
Yeah. And I've been a big girl since I've been an adult. I've dropped down to 100 and 30 pounds as an adult at one point in time in my adult life.
We should put you on a scale and see how much they took.
I don't know, because I'm still swollen.
Yeah, that's true. You probably have to wait till after.
I have to wait.
But
Yeah,
I
I'll be
did
late
tell her
Monday.
I did tell her now she's got to jump. She said she's always wanted to lose weight and lose her belly.
Yeah.
She's got a jump start on it now. So now is the time to start getting fit.
Yep. So once I get the go light, let me tell you, I'm gonna try to get and stay small.
You know
because-
that place in Boston. It's one of them workout places. I don't remember which one it is. But they got like a thing now. The first 3 months are only $1 a month.
Ooh-wee. But you probably have to sign up for 20 years.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a contract or what, but
Mary says, "Come on, bathing suit season. Let me tell you." And it's
the way it says a big girl, whatever. You ain't even 5 feet tall.
hey, I was about as big around as I am tall at one point in my life, and
I'm gonna find something here.
and so yeah, I was a big girl, and you know, it was uncomfortable for me personally. Yeah, definitely no lifting weights. Absolutely not. I'm probably gonna be on a weight restriction for a long time. So weights have never been my thing. I don't like. Okay, so little off topic. I don't like seeing a girl who has bigger muscles than any man out there. I don't think women personally should have bulky muscles. That's my personal feeling. I just don't think it looks right. Now, if you have that, more power to you, because that's awesome. That's what you like. Me, not so much. I think a woman should have smooth muscles. Does that make sense? Where you're strong, but you don't have every muscle defined when you look at them. I don't even know if I'm saying this right. But I like smooth belly, smooth, everything just smooth. Flows. It's proportioned correctly. Wearing or having muscles that you know for sure that if you were to walk into a bar with this person or this female and she could whoop every single biker in the bar's butt just by one finger, yeah, that's too much for me. Now, I don't mind having friends like that because, when you're little, it's good to have strong people around you. But I personally cannot do that to myself. I couldn't do it. Wear a weight belt.
Okay, here we go.
It helps keep the rest of
I'm going to share this one because you always say you're so big. And nobody really gets to see like your full body.
Yeah.
So.
That's me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really that big in that picture.
The same size you are now.
And I'm swollen now.
You're right. So it's like, you're not, you think you're like this big, enormous Stay Puft Marshmallow or something.
But I was at one time.
You were at one time, but you haven't been since we've been together. I mean, you have someone in the belly, but shit, so do I. But you're not a huge person.
I'm not. But, like we were discussing this once before on a different live that I had. Mentally, when somebody who is overweight, when they lose all that weight, mentally, they don't catch up to what their actual body size is because mentally they still feel big.
Wayne's like, please.
Laura says, Des, talk to Michaela. She's a fitness trainer at Anytime Fitness where she lives. She has set me up with a plan for myself. Now, is she still...
I think that's the one in Boston, Anytime, or maybe it's Snap. It's either Anytime or Snap.
I gotta remember how far away Michaela lives from us. Perlini says I look good on that bike. So,
Dude.
okay, speaking of motorcycles, he had to show that one, didn't you?
Yeah, that one was sexy.
I gotta find
And you looked good too, honey.
Oh, thank you. Rhinelander. Yeah, I don't know where is Rhinelander from here, dear?
Rhinelander is a little bit northeast. Let me see how far Rhinelander is.
Okay.
It's a little bit, but it's not super far.
So
we're central Wisconsin, so it's like nothing super far from us anywhere in Wisconsin because we're right in the middle.
Yeah, it's like kind of a weird bullseye type thing. So in spring, Tommy and I have been talking. Dwayne. Okay, so Dwayne has a question. LOL, was that the?
It's 2 hours from us.
Okay, do you see Dwayne's question? Valorin?
No, it was the Yamaha Radian.
Yeah, let me tell you, I didn't like that bike.
I love that bike. It was a street bike with a crotch rocket motor and gearing, basically, is what the Radian was. Yep, the Radian. Yes. I loved it. It was a 6-speed. I don't remember the size of it.
You got to look at the picture. It might be in the picture.
No, it's not.
Let me tell you.
But it was fast.
It was very fast. It was so fast that he's like, hey, you want to go for a ride? And I'm like, sure. And it doesn't have a backrest, which is fine. But somebody hit the gas and didn't warn me.
No, I said, hold on. I said, are you ready?
Oh, yeah. He said, are you ready? And I'm like, yeah, because I didn't know he was going to open it up. Brain fart. And I almost flew off the back of the bike. That's how fast it was. I was holding on to him. Excuse me. I was holding on to him, but obviously not good enough to where I almost flew off.
Yeah. And then I looked. The reason I ended up getting rid of the bike, Dwayne, is because I looked for a backrest for her, and they did not make one for that bike, so we would have had to prefab one.
Yeah, and the bike was too pretty to do that. Although he did sell it to a newbie motorcycle rider.
I traded it for a boat.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh, see, you've done too many darn deals for me to remember what you've traded and what you've sold and everything else. Perlini says, I learned on a Yamaha back in the late 60s.
But I only paid like $3 for that bike. And it ran flawless. No, I traded a boat for the bike, and then I traded the bike for another boat.
Yeah, you've traded so many different things. I can't keep up, honestly. Perlini said, then we had the Honda Mini Trails. I want one now. Okay, so
Honda Mini Trails are cool.
I don't know what that is.
I'll show you a Honda Mini Trails.
And then Dwayne says, I saw a shirt the other day that had 2 targets on the back, and it says, put them here and hold on. That's hilarious. That's funny. So in spring, Tommy and I were talking, I might go and get my motorcycle license in spring. Not that I would ever drive our motorcycle, but it's good to know how to, if we're out and about and something happens and all we have is the motorcycle, it would be smart to know how to get to where we need to go so that if I need to take them to the hospital, I can.
These are the Honda Mini Trails. Jaslyn would love one of these things.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
That's cute.
She would love those.
Yeah, she would. Hey, bring up the green one. That's kind of cute.
There you go.
I could drive that. I could so drive that.
I don't know. We had our hands on, Dwayne, a little 250, a Honda 250 CM that would have been perfect for her. We also had our hands on a Honda 450 CM with bags and everything, but check this out. It was a Honda Matic. which would have been perfect for her because there would have been just a high and low. There's no clutch, no shifting or nothing.
Did you see what Dwayne just said? Said, woo, the Shamrock spleen biker chick.
Yeah, that would be her road name, Spleen.
Oh, that could be taken in so many different ways.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
can't
no clutch on the Honda Matic. Just get up to about 15, 20, kick her in the high and go.
Yeah. That's wild.
I think I have pictures of it somewhere. It was pretty. It was the root beer and.
Oh, your mom's bike.
Yep.
Okay, you should have just said.
It had bags. It had a trunk. It had a windshield.
We have a picture of me sitting on it, don't we?
I don't know.
I think I sat on every single motorcycle and pretended that I was driving it. This one was in the storage shed. I was pretending that I was riding it. Let me tell you, I'm good at looking like I ride, but she needs a little Honda Rebel. Hold on. Come on, StreamYard, catch up a little bit. She needs a little Honda Rebel, either 250 or 450. That's what you just said the other day when we were talking about this.
Yeah, that's what Dad has.
Yep. Dad's got a small bike, though.
It's too small for him, yeah. But the reason he has the small bike
is because of my mom.
No, it's because he can put it on the back of the RV without adding a bunch of weight.
That's right.
Because they do a lot of traveling in the RV, and then they take the bike so they can just scoot around.
Yeah. So as of right now,
I think honestly, Destiny would look good like on a little 250 Buell or something.
That doesn't even sound sexy.
A Buell? Buells are pretty cool.
So show me.
All right.
I know we totally got off topic, but this was not my squirrel problem. This was.
Yeah, Buell Blast. That's what I was thinking.
His problem or his deal now. I'm surprised I didn't see Auntie in here. Have her look at Suzuki Savage. I have one for my daughter. Yeah, I'm not. I'll have to.
There you go. Is there the Buell Blast?
Aunt Kelly, I spoke of her and she showed up. Hi Tracy, I did a update at the beginning. Shortly after I started my live on my surgery. If you have a weak stomach, I apologize in advance. It was crazy.
Yeah, those are the Buell Blasts.
They look like a. I don't know. I don't think I like that style.
Well then, and get a Ninja.
A Ninja.
You would look cool on a Ninja.
Well, let me see what a Ninja looks like then.
Okay.
That's what happens when you speak of the devil. Hi, Aunt Kelly. Dwayne said, Tracy, don't call Tommy that. Tracy said, I think Des needs a big old hog between her legs. And I can't laugh. It hurts to laugh. But that was freaking funny. How you doing, Tracy? Aunt Kelly, I did do the update for my surgery. But if you want to call me after my live, I'll give you an update as well.
There you go.
Is that a crotch rocket?
Yeah, you look cool as hell on a crotch rocket.
Okay.
And then I could ride it when I wanted to play. See?
That's the only reason.
Look at it. You can even get a green one.
That is a nice color. I don't know, I kind of want like well, my truck is beefy looking. Kind of want a beefy looking motorcycle that's not really beefy. Thank you, Aunt Kelly. She says I look good. It's like, you look good.
I'm not looking at the ceiling. I'm looking at my
Oh,
Let me show you what I got going on here. Yeah, it probably does look. But this is my computer setup here. I got that monitor and that monitor. And then when people think I'm looking at the ceiling, I'm actually looking up there at that monitor.
that's our share monitor.
Yeah, that way she doesn't have to get up to come around and look or
Yeah.
whatever. So when I'm like, here, check this out, I just throw it up there. So I can't get back enough to show
the whole setup, but it's
because then
there.
Destiny's over there on the other side of those.
Yep, I moved back down. So yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, so I'm holding up. I am starting to hurt pretty bad. I did want to only do a small live, but you know how it goes. When you get around good people, you never want it to end. So, but I will be ending shortly. I need to take.
She's taking a night nap.
Yeah, I have not slept for nothing in the last couple of nights. And let me tell you, if you have a really comfy recliner, it's one thing. We have a sectional couch with the built-in recliners, and it's not very comfy.
No, our recliners ain't comfy. My new chair is comfy.
You're gonna break it.
No, that was
the chair. You leaning back, you're gonna break it.
No.
We just bought that.
Fine.
Don't lean back, but you can show everybody your new chair.
Yeah, my new chair. I got a nice chair. Check this out. $5 at a rummage sale. Got a nice executive chair.
Isn't that pretty? Oh, let me make you bigger. Sorry, honey.
But yeah, it's got the pillow, the lumbar support, the tilts. I think I'm screwing up my green screen coloring.
You are.
$5.
Dwayne. No, it's a sectional that's not put together. Tommy did try the first night when I got home. He did try to sleep next, because we have the two recliners next to each other, and then we have two of the inserts for the couch next over here by the wall. And he tried to sleep next to me so that I could sleep, and he was very uncomfortable. Then he got up and he moved to the other little area where the other part of the couch was, but he was close so he could hear me. And let me tell you, the poor man suffered. I felt horrible. And then he's like, nope, this is what I'm here for. If you needed me, I want to be able to hear you. And I was like, okay. And then last night I made him go sleep in the bedroom.
Yeah, we need to get good recliners. These recliners, they were gifted down, which is appreciated. But the padding and stuff is so pretty much wore out of them. And now all the reclining mechanisms parts, they're all getting a little tweaked because they're older,
Yeah, and I love them because they're green and they were comfy when we got them, but we've had them for a little bit and they're just getting wore down, So, it is what it is, and we also need a new mattress.
We do need a new bed.
Well, we need a whole new bed setup, honestly.
Yeah.
Our bed sucks. If I would have had the, what is that sleep number where it's like a hospital bed, you can get yourself all situated and stuff. Yeah, if we had one of those, man, I'd be in my glory.
I would just take a regular sleep number adjustable mattress where you can adjust the firmness.
Yeah. I had one when we got together, and one side had an air leak in it. But I don't think it was a sleep number. It was like a knockoff.
Yeah, it was a knockoff. But hear that, or even just a really nice pillow top mattress would be fantastic.
We'll get one. All right. Much love, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to take some meds, take a nap. Hopefully my auntie will call me.
Hey, Dwayne, what are you doing later? You want to have a couple cocktails before we sign off? I don't know what his work schedule is now.
Oh, yeah.
But later this evening, I'd be down for a couple of cocktails.
So Texas Rider is live tonight.
Oh, yeah. He's got that going on. Well, we'll stop in there.
Yeah, for sure. I might be in chat, but Tommy probably will jump on. He needs time with the boys. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already.
Yep,
See,
I forgot.
Texas
See, I
Rider.
forget all the time. She just reminded me. But yeah, I'll stop in there. I can drink there too.
Sounds good. All right, everybody. We will see you next week. I will give you another update next week. Because I go in Monday to get everything looked at, and then I will give you an update next week. And eventually, we will get back to the mental health live chat. But if you need me, if you need to reach out, I'm always available. I may get to you a little bit later for a short time, but I will get back to you. Much love. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend, and we will see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Peace, everybody. Have a great weekend.
I almost left the studio.